Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. We are about to get started. Find a dot of your favorite color. We'll find out who likes red, who likes yellow, who likes blue. There are a few blue dots. No fighting. Come on. Welcome. We're thrilled. Absolutely thrilled. Bridget, are you going to kick it off, or am I going to kick it off, or is Afsha going to kick it off, or are we going to just have a free-for-all?
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for braving this crazy weather, but there's no better way to demonstrate the benefits of synthetic turf than to have weather like this to show it off. So we're thrilled you're here today, whether you're here in person or virtually. Hello to those of you watching from Zoom. Before we start, I just want to review a few precautions. You're all doing a great job right now. Please keep your face covering on at all times. Please keep distance from others. Those of you that have elected to speak, please stand near the front or behind me, and you may remove your face covering when you speak if you prefer. And we're just going to take photos quickly at the end. We'll be happy to share them with anyone afterwards. Again, thank you so much for braving the weather here today. And I'm pleased to introduce Mayor Warren Lieberman to get this party started. Here we go.
Bridget, thank you. Thank you very much. I have 30 pages of prepared notes, but I won't use them all. Don't worry. No. But there are a lot of people to thank. Before we get started, I've got to do two quick things. Number one, notice, very rarely, I am not wearing any Belmont, City of Belmont paraphernalia. There was only a limited amount that I could wear, and in recognition of the sports complex, Belmont Blasters hat, Little League jacket, and I know I've got my coaching shirt on from AYSO, all right? With that, I'm gonna put the jacket back on so I don't freeze. I hope you'll forgive me. And then just as a tribute, we've got the San Francisco Giants mask. All right. We're thrilled to be here. Thank you for those of you who are joining on Zoom, for those of you who are joining in person, and I appreciate your being with us even despite the weather, but it's a good thing, right? Because we do need a little bit of rain, and this is the start of the season. There are enormous number of people to thank. I want to start with a few people. I'm sure that I will leave out a few, and I apologize in advance for those who I do. But this, what you're looking at, this incredible, beautiful field, right? I mean, I am so thrilled that we were able to work out a compromise that got us a dirt home plate, a dirt pitcher's mound. I mean, I know that the field is not open yet. It's going to be open soon for use. But man, what a wonderful day this is. Special thanks to our county supervisors, David Canepa especially. I think he's even here today with us. We got a $6 million loan from the county. Without that, we had put away about $2 million, but without that loan from the county, we still would be on our mud and grass field, and you would not be on this field right now and ready for kind of all year round use. We just wouldn't be here yet. So it's a real big thank you to the county for all their efforts to work with us and help provide the financial contribution that really allowed us to pull this off. I want to thank all the Belmont City Council members, past as well as current. You've got all our council members here today, sign of just how important we feel this is. You've got Vice Mayor Charles Stone, Council Member Julia Hurt, Tom McCune, Davina Hurt, excuse me, Julia Mace. God, I'm confusing. Okay, that's what I'm nervous. I'm all excited about this stuff. But really a big thank you to that. To our Park and Rec commissioners, I think we have Nikki Fox and Craig Michaels here today. Thank you very much. Aubrey, got you as well. I don't remember your last name. See that? All right. Thank you. This is fabulous. You got you sports representatives. I've got a list here. I'm probably not going to get Carl Middlestad. Are you here? There he is. He's got the, I can't tell anybody under the hat and the mask and the umbrella. Carl, welcome. Thank you. Carl also used to be Belmont's Park and Rec Director. So long history of doing lots of wonderful things for, Ula, you're here? Ula 4, welcome. Again, I'm not seeing anybody with all the covering. So again, wonderful. Thank you. That's like, you got a good council. They fill me in on who else is here. Bridget's going to introduce the construction team. I believe she's going to introduce Kyle Wood from Robert A. Bothman, and he will speak a little bit as soon as I get done. But again, we're going to see some wonderful stuff. Couple of things about this. This project has, I mean, it's just gorgeous, right? This project has been in the making for probably 10 to 15 years. I remember being on the council when we had some of the organic materials just being brought up to the council because we didn't want the rubber pellets, and it's fabulous. The city departments, you know, I keep bringing him up. It's hard to forget, but City Manager Greg Scholes, incredibly important person to running this stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if Jack Christ was actually involved in some of the early days of the planning as well. Afshin Asqui, our current city manager, thank you very much for all of this stuff to make this a reality. We have a number of department heads here and city staff that, again, were just instrumental in doing this stuff. I want to run through a few of their names so you know. Thomas Phil, Scott Rennie, Peter Brown, Carlos DeMello, Letitia Alvarez, Craig West, Dino Francesconi, Kathy Aldago, and Gilbert Yao, each of whom contribute a lot of effort to really making this happen, and thank you so much. On the Park and Recreation staff, we've got our world-renowned director, Bridget Shearer, and she is supported by two folks who you couldn't find better Park and Rec folks, Daniel Ortiog and George Brunson. The park maintenance staff as well, please, thank you all. Big round of applause for all of you've done. And not only that, all you're gonna do, because we know that this is not gonna be necessarily easy to maintain the pitcher's mound and the catches area, but we know you guys are gonna do a fantastic job on it. So thank you. The architects, the construction team, all thank you very much. I got to say a couple of more things. You know, there is a saying about a journey of 1,000 miles beginning with a single step, and what you're standing on today really would not have occurred without a lot of steps, a lot of beginning steps that started 15 years ago, and just building on each other. And it kind of says, you know, I know this year with COVID, we didn't have even a state of the city address. We put together a lot of pictures that I hope you'll have at some point we'll have a chance to look at Belmont over the years. And I'm simply going to say that this is really the culmination of an enormous amount of work done by many people over multiple city councils, and it's just that continuity that the city has done. This is kind of like the ultimate of what we really kind of say is it's a true vision of making it happen, the dedication, and what happens when you have a long-term commitment. So I'm just thrilled. You may not know this, but when I ran for council 15 years ago, one of the primary reasons was dealing with opportunities for the youth, for recreation opportunities. So for me in particular, I can't think of an event that would be more meaningful to me as I'm finishing up my year as mayor. I'm just incredibly gratified that we've been able to have this ribbon cutting and that the rains are holding off a little bit for now. And with that, I just want to say thank you all for making this happen. I can't wait to see the field actually being used. So thank you. And I'll go back to Bridget.
Okay, now we're going to hear a few words from Supervisor Canepa. Is he here today? Not yet. Okay. Anybody else from the supervisor's office? All right, we're going to go with the flow then. All right, now we're going to hear from other city council members. You want to, Vice Mayor Stone? Pick us up?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see you all here today. Got a few brief comments. Firstly, I want to thank all the Park and Rec commissioners who've been on the Park and Rec Commission since day one of this undertaking, which was, I think, the better part of a decade ago now. I think it was 2011 and 2011-ish when the initiative started getting underway. I also want to thank our youth community stakeholders, many of whom I see here today. I know that this is a proud day for you, and I really appreciate the patience you've shown, the dedication you've shown, and most importantly, the compromise you've shown, because we couldn't have gotten this across the finish line unless we had buy-in from everyone. And like any good negotiation, everybody got a little bit and everybody walked away feeling a little bit unhappy, but in the end, we got progress. Our Parks and Rec team, led by Director Bridget Scherer, is phenomenal. And I want to thank all of them for their patience and doggedness in getting this done. I want to give a quick shout out to our former interim Parks and Rec Director, Randy Schwartz, who was present at a pivotal time in this and whose deep baseball roots actually came very much in handy as we did the final negotiating over what was going to be dirt and what wasn't, and what we could possibly do and what just wasn't going to work. Of course, thanks to our former Parks and Rec Director, John Gervais, for his work on this project for 6 or so years. And our former city manager, Greg Skoll, deserves a share of praise as well. Greg took the council very seriously when we made it clear to him that this wasn't something we just wanted to see perennially on the priority list as something we were working on, but that we wanted to see real progress. And I remember in 2016 meeting with him and then Mayor Eric Reed and talking about value engineering. And it was Greg who came up with the idea of taking the softball field out of the scope and doing some other things that made it financially feasible for us to finally move forward. I'm very grateful for that. And to our current city manager who got it across the line. He's been doing a phenomenal job and we're lucky to have him. I'm also thankful for everyone who served on the council from 2011 forward and helped make this happen. This field's a regional asset, and as Mayor Lieberman noted, we owe a huge thank you to the County of San Mateo and the San Mateo County supervisors. The longer we waited to do this project, the more expensive it got. And I'm convinced that if we waited until we had every dollar that we needed in a bank account, we would still be waiting today. It simply wouldn't have happened. So a special thank you to the county manager, Mike Callaghy, who I believe coached on this field, and especially to Supervisor Carol Groom, Supervisor Don Horsley, and Supervisor Warren Slocum. Because this field is a regional asset and because of where it sits, members of our youth community from each of their districts in Redwood Shores, Belmont, San Mateo, San Carlos, all use this field. And they were all very supportive of this. We couldn't have done it without them. Incredibly grateful that we live in a county where we have a county government that backs us up and really cares about our youth community. Finally, it is a regional asset, and I got a note this morning from the mayor of San Mateo, Joe Goethals, who asked me to read a little something on his behalf. He said, growing up, I loved playing on the field at the Belmont Sports Complex. As a young man, I then spent hours coaching my brother's team on that same field. I'm so excited that Belmont and the county have partnered to bring to life a more usable and resilient field that will bring joy to young athletes and their families for a decade to come. Congratulations, Belmont. Thank you to everyone. This is a great day.
Hi, I'm Julia Mates, Belmont City Council member. It's really exciting to be here with all of you today. What brings us here is teamwork, and you've heard that from the vice mayor and the mayor. This is a real example of teamwork of city councils who came before me and the current city council, our city staff, city manager, a creative financing and out-of-the-box thinking on behalf of Thomas Bill, our finance director, Parks and Rec Commission. It really is an example of what Belmont does best, which is work as a team to get something important done. And the great thing about this example is that teams of other sorts will be playing on this field as a result and learning the importance of teamwork. So it's a great day. Thank you all.
I'll be super quick since it's starting to pour a little bit. I actually just want to say thank you to everybody that's been involved in this project. At the end of the day, it's about improving our quality of life in all the areas. And this is a future project that will go to having children a place to have fun and a place for all families to gather. So again, another beautiful moment for Belmont, and I'm all thankful that everyone is a part of making this happen. Thank you.
Well, I too will be brief, thanks to the rain. I was never much of an athlete, but I always kind of played in bands and musical stuff, including marching bands. So when I was in college, my first year in college, the football field was grass. And you had to wear white shoes in marching band. So slogging through the mud of a grass field in Kansas in a marching band is one of my less favorite memories. But they redid the field my second year in turf. And the turf that they used in those days looked like heavy felt or something. And it's like, wow, it was nice for us to march on, but I could not imagine playing football and getting tackled on that stuff. So the good news is there's been tremendous advances in artificial turf technology in the last few decades. And what we have here is light years improved over the old turf, including the organic cork material that helps cushion it. So it's a great project. And there's a lot more that was done here other than the turf. The handicapped accessibility is improved, and so there's a lot more here to see than the turf. But congratulations to everybody. It's a tremendous asset to the city and a job well done. Thanks.
Now we have a few comments from our Park and Rec commissioners. Ula, want to come on up? Craig? Carl? Okay.
Hello, everybody. Whew, that's loud. I'm actually here to deliver remarks from our Parks and Rec chair, Nikki Fox, who is unable to join us today. She says, I am sorry not to be with you to celebrate this momentous occasion, and what a momentous occasion Belmont has arrived at. I think of all the many thousands of youth who start their athletic careers here yearly on this field, and how this will be a new day for them. I also think how this day has been in the making for so many years. I can recall when my now 23-year-old daughter sat as a Parks and Rec youth commissioner in high school, hearing the early discussions on a synthetic turf project. This is truly a project that has involved so many people in our community, from our athletic managers and coaches to our wonderful park maintenance crews and everyone in between. This project would not be where it is today without their support, perseverance, and hard work. I also think of the many past and present Parks and Rec City and City Council commissioners who have lent their time, expertise, and knowledge to make this project happen as well. And finally, I want to thank our Parks and Recreation directors who have shepherded this project through. Thank you to past director Jonathan Gervais for the many dedicated years he spent planning for this synthetic turf project. And a heartfelt thank you to our current director Shearer for her efficient, inclusive, and capable management of not only this project, but all of the projects she's involved in. Thank you. And then, just a quick note of my own, I wanted to share a little moment from this morning. though we've talked a lot about how this planning has taken, about a decade, the actual construction of this project was remarkably fast. So much so that I was walking out the door, my daughter asked where I was going. I said, I'm going to the ribbon cutting for the sports complex. And she said, didn't you go to that like yesterday? I was like, no, that was the groundbreaking. so the fact that it was that quick in her mind is truly saying something about how efficient and well managed this project was. So thank you, everybody.
I just wanted to thank the council, on behalf of the Parks and Rec Commission. Everything good in life comes with dedication and persistence, and this is a great example of that. And bringing everyone together, from the council, from the commission, from the community, and we're just super excited to open up this park and have folks enjoy it. So thank you.
Now we'll hear from our youth sports representatives. Tori's here. Are you Brian?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Brian Carias. I represent Babe Ruth Baseball. I am the secretary on the board and have coached on this field for the last 6 years. My boy, Christopher, played on this field for 3 years, and now he's playing high school baseball, although it's shut down right now. But I just want to thank everybody here on the council, the city, the county for preparing this amazing field. For those that are on the board with me, I don't see any of my other board members here, but I've been asking for a fence on this field forever, and to see an actual fence on this field is amazing, and we thank all of you, and it's going to be a source of great pride for our boys and girls to be able to play on this field. And as a father, also being able to have an alternative for the kids to be able to play other than tournament baseball, to play on a field like this, representing Belmont and San Mateo, is a huge achievement, and I want to thank everybody here from the Babe Ruth board. Thank you. It was an amazing achievement. So have a great rest of the day. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Oh, that is loud. And hi, everyone that's joining the Zoom call. I know you see a lot of masks here today, so we can't see everybody smiling, but I think we all feel that we're smiling today. It's an amazing day. Just a few words. It's truly an honor to be with you today to celebrate the opening of the Belmont Sports Complex turf fields. On behalf of the Belmont United Soccer Club, I would like to thank Mayor Lieberman and the City Council, all the supervisors, and all of those who have worked over the past decade to make this day a reality, and especially the Parks and Recreation Commission. To the Belmont Parks Department leadership, Bridget Shearer and George Brunson and their staff, thank you for the incredible communication throughout this process, for being so transparent about challenges or delays, and for truly listening to our feedback and concerns. I also want to recognize Greg Snow, who has been involved in youth sports in the community for the last 2 decades, for acting as an ambassador among the youth sports clubs and ensuring that we maximize the space on this field, regardless of what sports is played. Finally, I just want to express to you how excited the kids are to play on these fields. Those who originally envisioned what was possible at Belmont Sports Complex could have imagined how important it would be for the young people in Belmont to have something to look forward to in this particular year. These fields are a tangible demonstration that this community supports and values young people and families. And in a year of disruptions to school years, vacations, family traditions, and so much more, these fields and the many games that will soon be played here give us something wonderful to celebrate. Thank you again.
Okay, hang in there, everybody. We're almost done, but we have a few more people to thank and acknowledge. So Kyle, you want to come on up and be on deck, but I've just got a few words here. I want to sincerely echo all the thanks and gratitude for the help and support from the many people that have already been named by council and prior speakers. Each of you have provided support and guidance when it was needed most. I know there's no crying in baseball, but my heartfelt thanks sincerely goes out to a long list of teammates who share this moment with me. A special dose of thanks to George Brunson and Daniel Ortiog for their wisdom and calm when I really needed it. Matt Ward, and every single member of the park staff. Each of you has lent expertise, sometimes on very, very, very short notice, to help get this project to completion and ready for today's event. You are all part of this field, and I thank you. Thank you to Michael, Andres Redavero, and Karen Clark for setting up all this technology so people could enjoy this from the warmth and dry comfort of their homes as well. And I also sincerely echo the thanks to the city leadership, past and present, without whom we would definitely not be here today. So I'd like to quickly introduce the construction team that brought us to this moment. We met weekly beginning just before COVID-19 became a thing, and managed to safely and steadily move this project forward since then. We encounter challenges, as one always does in construction, but through a collaborative effort and the desire to keep our eye on this prize, we truly hit a home run together. So first of all, the landscape architects, Mark Schlichter, Nate Ritchie, and Sean Sanfilippo. Mark is here with us today. Thank you so much for sticking with us for years on this project. Tony Tran is our construction manager. He was not here today, but anybody that was part of this project knows that his management style and expertise were invaluable to getting us here today. Robert Bothman, construction. Kyle Wood will be saying a few words, but I also want to thank Lito Umali and Jesus Pedrosa. I feel like we've become a family out here, all of us. And then we have quite a few subcontractors. Kyle might be mentioning them as well, but they came through for us sometimes on very short notice, and I know a lot of favors were called in the construction community to get people here when they needed to be here to keep us on the critical path to getting this done. So again, sincere thanks to everybody, and now here's Kyle. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I look out at this weather and I think this is the perfect day for a ribbon cutting ceremony. First of all, you get the immediate impact of what this field offers compared to what it used to be. I mean, growing up as a kid, my mom would never let me play on the field the way it was before. I'd come back a muddy mess. I might have some bruises and some broken bones. But now I look around and, man, I wish I had this when I was a kid. It really makes me feel excited. I want to go squat behind that plate some more and catch some fastballs. It really brings a smile to my face. The other reason is when you have a day like this, I look around and I recognize how many people care about this field and how many lives are affected by this positively. And when we come into work every day and we get in the routine and we're going through the painstaking efforts to make this a reality, it's good to see that a lot of people actually care about this, and it's going to a fruitful endeavor for everybody that's a part of this community. We've heard the word teamwork used a lot, and it couldn't be more true. And I want to emphasize that more. When we started this project, we didn't have the challenges that come with 2020, between civil unrest and COVID-19, and just the normal hurdles that you encounter in a project. So we mentioned 1,000 miles starts with one step. Well, we were given not only the normal hurdles of a construction project, but we were also given a steeplechase where we're wet and muddy and trying to get through it. The one thing that can conquer all and is basically the product of this is the level of care that everyone brought to it. Beyond just a normal construction project, beyond just a normal 8-hour day, the level of care that from the city side with Bridget and Matt and our superintendents and our subcontractors and Dan and George, it really made a difference when we encountered these very, very unique challenges. So I really just want to thank everybody that was a part of it. I want to thank everybody that's here. Some of the subcontractors that we had working on here was Field Turf. They did the actual synthetic carpet that you see here. They were integral in part of that. We had Sierra Traffic. They were on a yo-yo of a schedule because we were flip-flopping some of the design changes on their delineation, and they really came through for us as well. But in the end, I have a smile on my face. I think this is a great project, and I really appreciate everyone's care and dedication to the cause. Thank you.
Okay, as always happens, there's a name I forgot to mention, so I want to make sure I do it now. If you look at your programs today, and if you've looked on our website, you see incredible aerial photographs of this field. Those are done by a police department volunteer, Brandon Vaccaro. So a huge thanks to him for the beautiful photos that are going to be part of our video compilation of this project, and you'll see how far we've come. Now we're actually going to do the ribbon cutting, everybody. So what I'd like to do is the folks that are going to be cutting the ribbon go to the other side of the ribbon. City council members, if there are any supervisors here, park and rec commissioners, come on up, and we don't have scissors for everybody, but if you want to hold and be part of the ribbon, that would be great. And then just give us a few moments to get things set up.
Something we forgot to mention, the lights are wireless and remote control. Right? Daniel, the next time you get the call, you have to come in and turn off the lights. There you are.
Are we good? Okay.